welcome back to Skuttz Draws. Today I have for you a behind the scenes time lapse of this really cool stained glass style commission that I got to do. Stained glass commissions are really interesting. They are something I started to do way back in high school when I first started to dabble with digital art. It was a concept I wanted to revisit now that I've had some time to grow as an artist and develop my skill sets with digital programs. It turns out I absolutely adored it. It's so fun to try to break the shapes down to make a flow and a feel that evokes emotion while mimicking the style of stained glass in real life. I started to block out some of the colors to figure out how the final composition would feel and added some lingering final details to the characters. The background was going to be a romantic theme in a blue tone, so I went ahead and chose blue roses. I thought it looked really good. I got the go-ahead from the commissioner and I continued right along. I cleaned up some of the details and figured out what final adjustments needed to be made before I started shaping out all the line work. I have fun with this part because it's imitating the lead that holds the individually cut panes of real stained glass. The coolest thing about this style is that in wanting to represent it better digitally, I've done research into how stained glass is made and gained a deeper appreciation for the physical traditional medium. I really am surprised and inspired by all of the artwork and dedication that goes into the craft. And while I haven't been able to do any stained glass work myself, it's very much so on my bucket list of mediums to get my gremlin mitts on and make something cool with. We'll see. One day, maybe if I do, I'll make a cool video about it. The borders are always fun. I try pulling different design elements to flesh it out and frame the characters into the image. Alright, here we go. I shaped out some of the roses in the back. I took one rose, made a few copies to keep the design feeling cohesive and minimize the amount of work I had to do. Never be ashamed to work smarter and not harder. If you do the work once, make the most of it. Then I went ahead and filled in some of the other flowers individually so that it still had some variation to the rose designs and everything wasn't all the same. It was really interesting trying to work out how to get the rose shapes while trying to stay true to the stained glass aspect of the art piece. It took me a little bit to work it out, but I think eventually I found something that really suits the design. In the end, it came out really nice. And I'm really happy with it. And the most important part is that the commissioner loved it too. I absolutely love the joy I can bring to others with my art. In fact, if my art brought you any joy today, consider dropping me a thumbs up and subscribing below. I post a new art time-lapse each week, so there's plenty more in store. Blocking in the colors is really helpful in visualizing the final piece. You get a grasp of the atmosphere and to see what complementary tones to use in the background so both the characters are still visible. This was particularly important here because both of these characters had blue in their designs. I differentiated them from the background with the texture of the roses, as well as a contrast of cobalt blue behind the aqua blue of the cobalt. Cobalt for the kobold, I guess. I really wasn't sure what to do with the frame at first, so I tried various elements and kept what worked. Even though it felt like where I struggled the most with this piece, in the end I feel like I nailed it. Oh, my favorite part of these commissions is when I get to go in and start adding the variation and texture of the stained glass. Trying to replicate some of those gorgeous blends of colors is just so cool. I feel like the selection of shape on the grain of the glass design must be an interesting part of the stained glass process. Like, do you have to sit and think about which way that shoulder is going to be lined up and select the grain at that diagonal angle? Because I would assume so. And it's so much easier for me to do that digitally, where I can just erase it and try again if it looks bad. But When you cut a piece of glass, that's it. That's just how it is. And that mindset just fascinates me. It's what I love about traditional medium. And I love doing a digital version of a traditional medium and thinking about all the cool ways that it's similar and all the ways that it's different. It definitely has me excited to one day try my hand at some physical stained glass work because these turn out so gorgeous. I just love them. In the meantime, I'll have to be satisfied with these for now. Ugh, I'm so happy with the overall feeling and closeness that comes across in this piece. And Clip Studio has some amazing assets and resources. It was so cool to find a fogged glass texture to add to this. It's one of my favorite additions to my modern take on this style too. It really makes it feel like stained glass. I didn't have that kind of tool back when I tried doing this in 2006. So just seeing where a different drawing program and time has taken my artwork is incredible. It's just really cool to see where I've grown over the years. Let's take one last final look at this wonderful piece. Once again, I cannot underline just how satisfied I am with just how gorgeous this came out. The commissioner was very happy with the result. I'm very happy with the result. It's a solid pick, and I hope to do more in this style again soon. Want to follow my socials or pick up some sweet merch to support a small artist? Link in the description below. If you enjoyed this time lapse, I've got some more right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!